Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Tony and you're watching Refined Observations. This is a little different than what you're used to seeing on my channel, and you may have noticed a change to my channel name. Maybe I'll explain in the future, but for now this is the direction I am going. So let's get on with it. First here I had a Craftsman axe head. I found this at the local flea market for $7, and it's primarily what the video we focused on today. Next up is an older Craftsman hammer. It was buried in a pile of cheap Chinese made hammers. They were all marked $9. It caught my eye because it was American made, had the original handle, and it was in relatively great shape for its age. And next here on the table is one of my old projects. I converted this from an axe similar to the Craftsman that I found today. I did not have a proper handle for it, so I tried using an old broken handle and cutting it down. However, I wouldn't trust it to cut anything due to how loose it is on the handle. I plan on revisiting this project later, as well as the hammer. So what I'm preparing to do here is use the wire brush to knock off some of the rust and just clean it up a little bit. Since I don't have a bench grinder, this will have to make do. Alright, that cleaned it up pretty good. It does show some damage on the side from a previous owner. I'm not too worried about this. To me, it'll just add character. As you can see here on the ends, it's a little rough where the handle will go in, so that will be something I'll have to clean up also. I'm going to be starting here with a 400 grit belt. This will just be used to clean up the entire axe. Please enjoy my struggle while trying to install this thing. Alright, so while I'm grinding, I'm not trying to take a whole lot of material off here. I'm using very light pressure and just focusing on the direction of the axe while sanding. Alright, next up we'll be focusing on this area and trying to clean that up some more. First of all, it'll make it look good, and it'll also make the handle go in a little easier. Alright, now I finished cleaning everything up and it's time to move on to sharpening. I'm first going to be using a 600 grit belt just to get a good edge. You can see here that at some point it may have been sharpened with a file. Not too worried about these marks here, but I'm just worried about the top of the edge and getting that cleaned up, making it nice and pretty. It does take a little know-how around a belt grinder and with sharpening tools. I recommend learning on something like sharpening stones before moving on to any kind of power tools. Also, if you do start making the transition, maybe it's best to pick up something like I did today, like a cheap axe head from the flea market. All right, so now I'm going to be switching to an 800 grit belt. The 600 grit belt was to get the edge profile, and I'll be using the 800 and eventually go up to 1000, and that's just to get a nice clean finish on the edge. All right, and lastly, I will be switching to that 1000 grit belt. This will just get a nice mirror finish on the edge and make it look the way I want my axe to look. Alright, well I must say this axe cleaned up very nicely. For only $7 and a little work, once I handle it, it'll be a great addition to my collection of tools. Alright, now it's time to see how well I did on the grinder with an edge test. Not too happy about that first cut. Let's try another. So the edge isn't where I'd like it, so it needs to be stropped just to get that last touch of sharpness. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this new type of content, and if so, please like and subscribe to the channel. Every little bit helps me out and allows me to keep doing what I do. And also, make sure you stick around for the next part in the series where I fit and install the handle for the axe. Alright, now that it's been stropped, we're trying another sharp test, and as you can see, it goes through like butter. I want to thank everybody for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next part in the series.